Welcome back, everyone, to the Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14, as today is the 100th episode of this series, and probably the most important of all, the national championship. The number 2 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions set to take on the number 1 Westlake Hornets, and I don't stress this enough. Win or lose, this series is not over. 3 p.m. off-season stream tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, looking at these two teams, Penn State has been the best, most consistent team in college football this season. Obviously, around 10 years ago, they had the Jerry Sandusky scandals, and they've rebounded very nicely now in the national championship. This has been a big football program for a long time. That scandal could have held them back, and it didn't, and that's why they are here today. They've been able to rebound, get guys like Caleb McCarty, their redshirt senior quarterback, who's playing in his final collegiate game. And when those scandals were happening, Westlake football didn't exist. This is only their 6th year of their program, and the immediate success they've had is incredible. Now, number 1 for the first time in school history, trying to win a national championship. They've shown steady improvements the past couple of years, but didn't really look like a contender up until their big 10-game win streak that they're on, trying to make it 11. As the captain, senior quarterback Champ Britton, and corner Quentin Campbell, also a senior, playing in their final collegiate game. Here is Harmon. He has this one kicked off, and the national championship is underway. Sebastian Jackson, the redshirt junior running back, will receive it. Jackson brought down at around the 22, and here comes out senior Champ Britton, leading the offense for one final time. The first 2 seasons of Hornet football, you had no clue who was starting at quarterback the next week, but the past 4 years, it has consistently been Champ Britton, starting ever since he was a true freshman, now a senior in his final game, hoping to become a national champion as for running back. Former Heisman Trophy winner Alex Ellis gets 20 yards on the reception. This Westlake offense puts up 35 points a game, number 1 in the country, but Penn State's defense only allows 18 points a game, also number 1 in the country, 2nd down and 10. Champ Britton scrambling. Britton going to try to use the wheels, and he will dive for a few extra yards, gaining 17. Champ Britton originally planned to declare for the NFL draft last year, likely supposed to be a late-round pick. However, Westlake convinced him to stay. Very good decision for him, as he certainly improved his draft stock throughout this season. Plays like this might not help, as Britton loses 15 on the sack. The play is made by Jerome Burton. It is 3rd down and 25. Westlake knows how to make big plays in long yard situations, so don't count them out on this play. As Britton looking deep for Ayo Ayaluko, the senior-to-senior connection, and the chains will move as Ayo Ayaluko in his final game gains 30. Britton and Ayaluko are the only true seniors on this Westlake roster. The Hornets are now in the red zone for the first time today, 2nd and 6. Champ Britton looking to throw it. Britton looking for the safety, Sean Briggs, who had 2 touchdowns in Westlake's opening game against Ohio State, gets another receiving touchdown. Actually, he had 3 receiving touchdowns, I want to say, that game. Not entirely sure, but Briggs, normally a defensive player, has not seen a lot of offensive snaps since that first game, is the one with the score, and the Hornets strike first. Penn State has an arsenal of different weapons around senior quarterback Caleb McCarty, playing in his final collegiate game. Not quite as decorated as Champ Britton, but still a very good player in his own right. As there's for running back Brian Butler for 13. Penn State did not play in the Big Ten Championship, so they might be a little rusty, but they're also energized since they have not played in over a month. As there's Andrew Pettit on the ground for a 1-yard score, and we are tied up as both offenses start off this game with a pair of touchdowns. Just under a minute and a half left in the first quarter, tied up at 7 is Champ Britton. Will look to throw it. Britton up the middle for Everett Lemieux, the sophomore, for a nice gain of 21. His first catch of the day, as Lemieux has received for 1,000 yards in both of his first 2 seasons. It is 1st down at the 29 as Champ Britton looking to throw it. Britton under pressure, sacked again. I believe that's once again Jerome Burton, his 2nd of the day. Last time when he got a sack, It didn't necessarily work out for Penn State as Westlake's offense converted on third down. So let's see if Penn State can get a stop on this drive. Second quarter now underway. We are tied up at 7, and as you can see, Mike Hadley is in the game. As Champ Britton went down with back spasms, he should be fine to return, but Ellis only gained 3. A little bit surprised if the Hornets didn't throw the ball, and that'll likely force a field goal. Matt Fellows kicked the game-winning field goal in the Pac-12 championship against Colorado. This one from 40 yards out. Hadley the holder, it's up, and it is right down Main Street, and the Hornets will take the lead 10-7 off of a Matt Fellows field goal. Nice kick from the sophomore. Penn State scored a touchdown in their first drive. Let's see if they can repeat and take the lead. 6:12 left in the quarter. Tight end in motion. Butler and McCarty in the backfield. Caleb McCarty looking to throw it under pressure. And there's the redshirt senior Chip Barron with the sack in his final game. The only JUCO player in school history. He's been a very solid starter the past 2 years, replacing the legendary Mel Flint. Barron's replacement is Owen Jackson, who will be a redshirt sophomore next year. 3rd and 14, McCarty looking to throw it under pressure, and he will find Eric Moses, who does convert, gaining 15. It is first down at the 32-yard line for Penn State. Another good drive for their offense. Eric Moses is the motion man. He will enter the backfield. It's going to be an option. McCarty keeps it. McCarty still on his feet, and he will roll for a gain of 11, and the chains will move. Penn State is 1 for 1 in the red zone, and they've been very good on third down today. Let's see if they can convert again. 3rd and 1 from around the 13, maybe the 12. As McCarty keeps it on the option, and Isaac Solomon, the redshirt sophomore, stuffs him up like Thanksgiving turkey, and it looks like Penn State will have to kick a field goal, most likely tying this. Here's the sophomore Casey Harmon for the field goal. Harmon and Fellows are both pals as they participated in many of the same events, as they were both some of the top kickers in the same recruiting class, as Harmon's kick is easily good, and we are tied up at 10 with 4:10 to play in the first half. Westlake's offense scores a lot of points, and their defense allows a lot of points, and it doesn't look like that'll be any different today, as on second down, Brian Barnes, the redshirt freshman, for 21 yards, his first reception of the day. Westlake has it around the 46-yard line. It is first down. 3 tight ends set. Ayaluka lined as one of the tight ends. As Alex Ellis gets the handoff, Ellis has blocks. Alex Ellis, first down and more, shrugs the tackle, and Ellis is eventually brought down, but not before getting to around the 15-yard line. And Westlake, as a team, now has 2,000 rushing yards this year. I would assume pretty much all of those are from Ellis. 10 seconds left on the play clock. 3rd and goal for 1. Huge play for both sides. As Champ Britton, he will hand it off for Sebastian Jackson, for redshirt junior, and he will get the touchdown, and Westlake regains the lead with 1:47 to play in the first half. Penn State's offense has copied Westlake's today. Let's see if that'll hold to form on this drive. Just over a minute and a half left to go in the first half, as Eric Moses doesn't gain anything. Leon Moore with the tackle. At first, it looked like Moore was about to intercept. 2nd and 10 after the nice play by the redshirt sophomore safety Leon Moore, who I think has enough talent to potentially declare for the NFL draft. As Caleb McCarty looking to throw it. McCarty, he has the moves like Jagger. He will find Washington. Washington breaks a tackle down the sideline. Sean Briggs is unable to bring him down, and Washington will get the touchdown for the Penn State Nittany Lions, and they will tie this game up. John Washington, the tight end, probably related to Westlake tight end Jeff Washington. What a play from him. I don't know how Sean Briggs missed the tackle, but Briggs did score earlier in the game, so I guess he does get a pass. Penn State likely won't see the ball again in the first half, so this is Westlake's opportunity to drive down the field and take a lead as Sean Briggs for 15. Obviously, Briggs missed the tackle on the last drive, but he's been solid on offense so far. It is 1st and 10 now from the 40 as Champ Britton hands it off for Ellis, and he is stuffed up like Thanksgiving turkey. Westlake will call their first timeout. 2nd and 12 now, exactly 1 minute left to go in the half. Tied up at 17 as Champ Britton will look to throw it. Britton finds his tight end Sandu fishing, and the sophomore fishing will be brought down at around the 38 for a gain of 24. 38 seconds left in the half. Both teams have 2 timeouts. likely won't matter for Penn State, but it does matter for the Hornets. As Champ Britton up the middle finds a wide open Everett Lemieux, and Lemieux gains 23. Under 30 seconds left in the half. Westlake should be up at halftime, just a matter of how much they're up by. As Alex Ellis on the run. Ellis gets by a couple defenders, and Alex Ellis will score the touchdown, and Westlake will take a touchdown lead with 18 seconds to play in the first half. Luckily for Penn State, they do start the second half with the football. 4 seconds left in the half. Penn State will have to lob up a Hail Mary. Hope they get lucky and can tie this game up. They do start the ball in the second half as McCarty has time, taking a shot, and it's going to be caught by Eddie Logan, but only for a gain of 46. So Penn State did catch the Hail Mary, but not in the end zone. That's how the first half ends, and we've had ourselves a very exciting national championship so far. A lot of offense as Westlake leads it 24-17. Second half underway, and both offenses have been outstanding. Westlake up by a touchdown, 24-17, as Caleb McCarty on first down under pressure, and he's going to be sacked by the Lombardi Award winner for redshirt junior defensive tackle number 60, QJ Casimir. It is first down at around the 37, as McCarty, short pass, screen for Logan, and he is clobbered to the ground by the redshirt senior Quentin Campbell. Caleb McCarty is 18 for 19. What a day he has had, 3rd and 6. Penn State definitely needs a conversion. Handoff for Brian Butler. He is stopped for a gain of 1 by Carl Bolden, and Penn State's going to have to punt it. The first punt for either team today. If you look at the stands, you can see at least around 85% of these fans are rooting for Penn State. Obviously, Westlake doesn't have as much history or fandom as them yet, as Ayo Yaluka, the senior, with a nice gain of 28 yards. Champ Britton breaking his record probably from last year for most passing yards in a year. 3rd down and 2, as the touchdown would really start to help Westlake to pull away from Penn State. I would say the Hornets have been in a little bit more control of this game over Penn State, but the Nittany Lions have still held on, and that play will certainly help. A sack from Chaz Tolbert. That'll likely force an Alberto Prompel punt. So 2 drives so far of the second half and 2 punts, as it looked like the Hornets were in field goal range, but Britton couldn't let it go fast enough. That's the 3rd time he's been sacked today. A great punt from a true freshman, Alberto Prompel. It went out of bounds at around the 4. 2nd down and 9, as McCarty keeps it, and Chip Barron knows it for a loss of 3. And if I'm Penn State, I just try to dive it with McCarty just so you don't get safety. Westlake will be setting up shop at the 33-yard line. Very nice field position thanks to their punter and defense. As Alex Ellis on the run, Ellis loses a yard as he has not had a great second half. Keenan Brown with his 2nd tackle for loss. 3rd down and 9. I don't know if I'd say Westlake is quite in Matt Fellows' field goal range yet, so they need to gain a few yards, and it looks like that's what they'll do, and they'll get a little more as Ellis with a 13-yard reception, keeping the drive alive. 3rd down and 1. Penn State's defense cannot allow a touchdown on this play. Just about 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Britton under a ton of pressure. Britton, he's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Oh my goodness gracious. Ayaluka was the intended target, but that'll be Clifton, the one who makes the play. Britton's 8th interception on the year. Britton was trying to get it to Ayaluka for likely one last time, but Penn State got the turnover, and it's still a one-possession game as Caleb McCarty on the ground will gain 20. Wow, how the momentum is shifted within a couple of plays. It looks like Penn State might have been dead. Westlake is 1 quarter away from becoming champions, but it's only a 7-point game, as we saw pretty much only offense in the first half. In the 3rd quarter, we saw pretty much only defense. Let's see if that'll hold to form, as Brian Butler has a hole, just like my girlfriend. Okay, that wasn't really funny. As Butler, with a nice run, moving the chain. The thing said that Penn State is 2 for 3 in the red zone, but I don't think that's right. I think they're counting the Hail Mary, and I'm not entirely sure if this is correct, but I think you have to run a play for it to actually count as a red zone drive, and the game is dumb, as that one's going to be intercepted by Leon Moore, Now they failed in the red zone as Westlake got intercepted in their own red zone, and Penn State will get the same to them. The sophomore Leon Moore with a huge INT. Just over 5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Westlake leads at 24-17. Is on second down. Champ Britton looking to throw it. Britton up the middle for Alex Ellis. And the change will move as he gets 16. As long as Westlake is smart with the football, they chew enough clock and they score points, they should be fine. As Ellis on second down loses 2. Big play for Penn State's defense. 3rd and 8. They need another stop, and I would not expect a Matt Fellows field goal from this range. 3rd down and 8. Will Penn State get the stop? No Alex Ellis. It's Sebastian Jackson. In the backfield is Britton. Finds Everett Lemieux, and the Hornets are in the red zone. That is a dagger in the heart of Penn State fans. 3rd down and 9 for Westlake. Will they convert, or can Penn State get a stop? A turnover would be huge here, but a stop is better than a touchdown, I guess, as Champ Britton under pressure, hoping he gets lucky, and Lemieux converts again for 15. Less than 3 minutes left to go. Not looking good for Penn State as Britton to Ayaluko for the touchdown, and it's now a 2-possession game. The all-time leader in receiving touchdowns in school history, Ayo Ayaluko, the dynamic duo of Britton and Ayo. They've been together all 4 years, and that might be the last touchdown of Ayo's career, and potentially the last of Champ's as well. 2:35 left to go. Not looking good for Penn State, but you can't give up hope. Just look at Westlake in the Pac-12 championship. If they gave up hope, they would not be here right now. Or maybe it is time to give up hope as Wesley McNamara with the interception, and Westlake can likely chew some clock and be crowned champion. If Westlake gets the first down, it's game over. Westlake is 6 for 9 on 3rd downs today. 2:13 to go. Britton, it's incomplete. Dan Clayton with the deflection, and Penn State still has a fighting chance. Here is Matt Fellows on to kick a 48-yard field goal. It's up, and it is no good. It's short, and this one will remain a 2-possession ball game with 2:07 left to go. Penn State will need nothing short of a miracle if they want to win this game. McCarty alone in the backfield. Caleb McCarty up the middle for Washington, and that's Terrell Washington for 27. Caleb McCarty just broke the school record for most passing yards in a season, but that doesn't really matter at this point as McCarty on first down. Under pressure, he finds Brian Butler. Butler has blocks. Brian Butler gets it inside the 5. 1:31 left to go. Penn State trying to widen the gap as McCarty hands it off for Brian Butler. Touchdown, Penn State. And now they're going to need the onside kick. This is it. The onside kick. If Westlake gets it, it's game over. And it's doubled. And Penn State recovers. Oh my word. Westlake bobbled it. And the Penn State Nittany Lions still have a chance. I don't think anyone expected that. This game is not over. Penn State has life. 1:29 left to go as McCarty up the middle for Butler. Chip Barron was sleeping as Butler gained 16. This is no guarantee for Penn State as they can't turn over the ball. They have to score a touchdown or else it's game over as Caleb McCarty looking to throw it. McCarty finds Green. Green breaks tackles and gains 18. Penn State now has it at the 3. It is 1st and goal as McCarty. He will find his man John Washington. And assuming the Nittany Lions make the extra point, we are tied up with 38 seconds left to go. Oh my goodness, what a end of the fourth quarter. I'm not going to say conclusion because we could still head to overtime. Here we go, folks. Casey Harmon for the tie. What if they fake it? They don't fake it. Harmon's kick is good, and we are tied up with 38 seconds left in the Natty. Hornets have all 3 timeouts, though, so watch Last time Westlake had it, we thought this game was over. Now it's tied up with 38 seconds to go. Champ Britton looking to throw it. Britton will start this drive off with a nice 21-yard gain to Sandu Fishing. Hornets have 2 timeouts. They called their first one before the extra point, which obviously didn't really matter. As Champ Britton up the middle for Lemieux. Hornets are awfully close to field goal range. Westlake just called their last timeout. They're going to go for the touchdown now, which is certainly risky as Britton Incomplete. It's actually going to be a real fumble. Underwood picks it up. The clock will tick. And for whatever reason, I don't know why Coach Conway did not go for the field goal there, but I think that means OT. What a choke from Westlake, and we are now in overtime. I don't know why Mason Conway did not hold on to a timeout and then tried to go for the touchdown there. And because of that, the Hornets aren't champions yet. They're going to send their defense out first. This play literally could decide the national championship. 3rd down and 8. Caleb McCarty looking to throw it. He tries to get it to his running back, who drops the ball. Penn State's going to have to kick a field goal. Here comes out Harmon for the field goal to give Penn State the lead. Once Westlake gets it, all they will need is a touchdown to end it and a field goal to tie it, as Harmon's kick is good. This is actually the first time today that Penn State has been on top, believe it or not. Britton starts off overtime with a run for Alex Ellis, and he gets the first down. Westlake is now 14 yards away. First down. Britton and Ellis in the backfield. As Champ Britton under pressure, he is sacked for a loss of 11. Huge play by Mike Williams, his second of the day. 3rd down and 10 at the 14. Westlake would love a first down, but a field goal still ties the game, and that would mean we would head to another overtime as Britton scrambling. Britton is sacked again for a loss of 3. Now here's Matt Fellows for a 35-yard field goal to take it to double OT, and he makes it 34 apiece now, as one overtime will not cut it. Both teams can only kick field goals. Westlake will start the ball in OT number 2. It is 1st and 10, pretty much at the 10. 5 receivers set, as Champ Britton will look to throw it. Britton under pressure finds Michael Wilson, and Wilson rumbling his way to the 1. Not even the 1, maybe a few inches short of the end zone. He's had a very quiet game. Very surprised to see Michael Wilson as quiet as he is, but Lemieux and Ayaluko have both played very well today, as there's Alex Ellis with the touchdown, and that puts Penn State's offense under a lot of pressure. Now Penn State needs a touchdown to tie this game up and send it to a 3rd overtime. Will it happen? McCarty on the screen for Butler. He somehow catches it. Brian Butler on the first play of OT number 2 will get a 25-yard touchdown. We're not done playing football just yet. Now that we are in the 3rd overtime, you must go for 2 after scoring a touchdown, I guess to potentially end the game quicker, as McCarty on the option. McCarty keeps it. Now he tosses it for Pettit. Pettit will take it the distance for a Penn State touchdown. Let's see if they can convert the 2 points. Westlake's defense absolutely needs to stop. They don't want to be down 8 when they get the ball. Let's see if they can do it. This is an absolutely huge play. McCarty looking to throw it under pressure over to Wilson, and he gets it. Last year, Westlake played Boston College. It went to triple overtime. The Eagles were up by 8. Westlake drove down the field, scored a touchdown, and missed the 2-point conversion. They've never, however, played in quadruple overtime, and that might change as Ellis is awfully close to the end zone. It looks like they're going to mark it, but they say no. It is now 1st and goal at the 1. Britton hands it off for Ellis. He gets the touchdown, and now Westlake's going to go for 2. If they get it, we head to another overtime, and if they don't, Penn State are champions. This is it. Do you run it or do you throw it? If Westlake does not convert, then Mason Conway will always be surrounded by the fact that he made the wrong decision. And did he get in? No. They say no! Champ Britton scrambled, and it looked like the Penn State player got him before he was in the end zone, and Penn State wins the game. Westlake somehow lost. They had that game in the bag, but the Penn State Nittany Lions are national champions. And oh my goodness, what a game from both teams. Westlake had it in the bag. Head coach Mason Conway has done a phenomenal job the past 6 years, but I think he was the one who choked this one, and the Hornets will be out for blood next year.